in itself, really. Darkstalker RAMBOSS for 9th.
Yeah, it is happening.
One of these two players is not making top 8, and that is, again, absolutely wild. You know, honestly, this tournament has just been, you know, kind of upset central recently, and to think that one of these two will make it onto top 8, loser side, but one will be bowing out in 9th place, when both of them were expected, to make it quite far in top 8 itself.
Yeah, so Riddles was the player I was naming before.
That's
Siski over in Spain has proven that after repeated matches against Andres Van, Samus does rather well in this one. You know, Terry probably considered a better character overall, but what's he going to do about all those charge shots? And I have no doubt that RAMBOSS and Darkstalker will have played lots of times themselves. Yep, one's got to go, and it's all thanks to Trilby putting RAMBOSS down this early.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah, causing that massive upset earlier, kind of forcing this into this position. And of course, it is worth noting that, these two, obviously we don't have the stats in front of us, but, I'm fairly sure these two have played a fair bit before. So obviously going to be, if nothing else, they'll be aware of how the other plays. So I think this is going to be a very, very interesting set. Once again, returning to Pokemon Stadium 2, because we have not left that stage today.
Yeah, I think the stage counter-picking is going to matter more on the Samus' part anyway. So, Terry can probably... Well, yeah, it's both to Samus' advantages and how do I dodge the charge shot is the opposite perspective. The stage is going to revolve around Samus, but we'll just write it off and go for Pokemon Stadium 2. So, obviously, we know what RAMBOSS is going to be doing. Let's see, do we get a Siski Andres Van type encounter? Do we get a Siski Riddles type encounter? Or can we have the big Terry Bogard come in and get that top 8 position? I can't call it.
No, this is going to be a really, really interesting set. Obviously, both these players, I think, obviously easily can make top 8. Now they're going to be duking out. One of them will, one of them won't. And both of them want it badly. So we're just going to see who wants it more. RAMBOSS already off to a good start. They're getting the grab, but not able to find too much else. And here we go. Again, I think what we're going to see a lot of here, Tails, is actually, Darkstalker, obviously, a lot of his playstyle is very much kind of being in your face. He wants to duke it out with you. But of course, RAMBOSS, aware of that, knows he can just go for things like the up the out shield. And we're seeing a lot here that RAMBOSS is quite happy, actually, just to play extremely defensively. We've seen him pretty much exclusively just kind of be at the side, charging up the charge shot there. And just,
duking
it out, and just keeping Darkstalker away. And it is working so well.
That's right. I mean, certainly now that goes on board, well, Darkstalker's answer is to just go for it. I was going to say, when you're RAMBOSS, you don't want to get F-tilted into a Buster Wolf, so you're quite right to keep away, no matter the fear that Go instills into you. But the charge shot has done it. That's a big early lead for RAMBOSS. But Darkstalker, he's such a wild card. He'll go for anything, and he'll make it work. And I'm genuinely excited to just see what on earth goes in his mind next. What goes in his mind is a blazing knuckle.
Yeah, I mean, as you were saying, Darkstalker just go for these wild options out of nowhere, and they just work. So he says, okay, I know you're sitting at the side there just going for these charge shots. I'm going to be in your face regardless. I don't care how much damage I take. If that puts me closer to Go, so be it.
I'm Terry Bogard, and I take personal offense to Samus's optimal playstyle. I'm going to go in there and I'm going to punch her. And it's working well for a while, but RAMBOSS has managed to claw it back. Get ahead of the situation. Goes here, obviously, as we can see, but you're gonna find your way back to center stage first.
Yeah, and this is where it does get scary for RAMBOSS. Every time he gets Darkstalker up to the 100%, the Go juice comes out, and every move that connects can spell disaster for RAMBOSS.
Oh, holding back on the power dunk, feeling that it wasn't going to hit, but as it turned out, maybe it would have, or maybe let's just go for a couple more power guys. Oh!
And you saw there, RAMBOSS actually whiffing the F-tilt there, and Darkstalker...
I don't care about your little charge shots! Power wave, crack shoot! This is the Darkstalker special. It's so entertaining, but it works! And that's the thing, you have to figure out how you're going to beat a Terry who just does whatever he feels like and kills you with it.
Again, Darkstalker going for the jab there, but, not going to find much else. He's actually playing a bit more defensive than we've seen previously from Darkstalker. Going for that power dunk there, but again, at this point, he is just kind of throwing out moves, hoping that one of them connects, and it just works. It just works.
Yeah, eventually one of them might be an F.
There we go.
Never mind, it's gonna be Darkstalker heading over to the screen.
You can't do it forever. Of course, with Samus having that up for grab there.
All right, I'll power dunk right into a bomb. I don't care. I'm coming for you, RAMBOSS.
Yeah, but
Darkstalker lives and breathes Terry. We have face cams. If you've never seen Darkstalker in a tournament before, yes, he's Terry Bogard, and yes, RAMBOSS has gone into a dangerous position. Tell you what, it worked out remarkably well for him. Darkstalker letting his guard down.
But RAMBOSS playing this quite nicely here, just keeping on the defensive here, just trying to zone out Darkstalker here, not going to let them come in at any point. He knows he's got lead, he doesn't need to do anything. Wow. But the power dunk does take the stock away, and Tail, this is a scary position now for RAMBOSS. He needs to try and take that stock away before Darkstalker gets that go, because if he does, it could be bad. And there it is, flashing in bright red. That go is online. And RAMBOSS now needs to be aware, because a lot of moves could just be it. Like that, one more boast.
Going for another. Careful, RAMBOSS. Something I've not seen from RAMBOSS too much is actually the usual bombs at the ledge stuff. But as soon as he does, it's a win. RAMBOSS extending that lead.
Yeah, RAMBOSS just saying, like, okay, right, I've been on defensive all game, but in that final pivotal moment, just says, you know what, I don't care if you're in front of me, charge shot. And you will eat it, and you will lose to it.
I almost wonder if the absence of bombs at the ledge was a conditioning tactic, because it was unusual to see Samus do it that little.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, no, I think, RAMBOSS aware that he kind of just had been playing a certain way all game. So Darkstalker obviously aware of that, but not, so instead opting for something different, and then RAMBOSS just changing it up on the fly. Really, really nice stuff there. Gonna put RAMBOSS 1-0 up.
Whoa, but instantly, Darkstalker says, nope, I want this one, and just goes out with your power dunk stuff, and RAMBOSS is gonna sit in place and charge shot. You know what, it's gonna work. Can't fault him for it whatsoever. Oh, holding back on the Blazing Knuckle, you can do another one after you get hit, but what's the combo going to be?
Yeah, Darkstalker kind of just waiting now for RAMBOSS to land. Just kind of playing a little bit kind of slower than we saw in that game one. But, still, that said, going to go for wild options like that, forward smash there. Of course, the go is online. Darkstalker going to make it back. RAMBOSS going to need to be aware of that one now. Does go for the charge shot, but going to narrowly miss.
Yeah, power dunk just vertical enough to get around that situation. It could be another reason why we're not seeing, because again in this game we're not seeing too much in the way of bombs at ledge. Maybe afraid of the power dunk going over. It's power geyser time. RAMBOSS, you're meant to be the ledge trapper of these two. What are you gonna do? Actually makes it back to stage completely harmlessly. But it happens sometimes. There's your Buster Wolf, ladies and gentlemen.
There it is, using the armor as well just to go through it and catch RAMBOSS. But
and up we go!
Yeah, that up, we're gonna take the stock away. We are looking at an even 2 stock here. But, and of course,
not anymore.
RAMBOSS,
shot.
Just saying again, like, I'm happy to live on this ledge. I do not need to approach you, and I won't. It's gonna be on you, Darkstalker, to approach me.
And will he? The answer is kind of yes. Floating around that platform, I think that was the start of a crack shoot, but just interrupted by the power dunk, the charge shot, I mean. But Darkstalker, like you say, he's not stopped holding right on the stick. He is coming for RAMBOSS, whether RAMBOSS likes it or not. Look at the chase all the way through the air. And RAMBOSS 100% disengaging, but that is a very good F-tilt catch on the cross-up landing.
And I really liked as well that RAMBOSS just waiting there, just catching him with the forward smash, and then going to find that forward tilt as well.
The up tilt.
The up tilt, yeah, just to catch him on ledge and take away the stock. RAMBOSS in a good position here for this game too.
Oh, just missing though on the Burning Knuckle. That could have been a free grab. Ramos not prepared to do anything quite that dramatic, but there's the invincible rising tackle. We definitely need something critical from Darkstalker to even this out. Were Darkstalker to go 2 games down, I'm not sure what the idea is going to be. He doesn't seem like the type to mess around with stages to come up with an answer. Too hard to do against Samus anyway, really.
Oh no!
Alright, that's the answer, I guess.
Yeah, RAMBOSS unfortunately just letting go of the tether there, falling to their death. And of course, this is that's a pretty bad place to lose your stock as well, as Darkstalker does have that go. So a lot of hits, 3 hits, and this could just be it. That's one. Will we see more?
That's not the follow-up, but that will be anyway.
Tail, are we going to see those 3 hits to take away the game?
Terry just takes stock so fast when he's feeling it.
Darkstalker definitely on the hunt here, diving off stage to try and find that kill. I'm not going to find it just yet. RAMBOSS
Get up attack actually working to get Samus off the ledge and deal with the bomb as well. Now Darkstalker the one holding back, but that shield is not big enough.
Conditioning there from RAMBOSS. Just saying, okay, I'm just going to keep waiting out, sort of going for these like little kind of empty sort of charges of the charge shot there, and then wait for one moment where you go in against me and then grab you.
So there we go. We have one more game to win for RAMBOSS, and there's no real change of plan necessary. It's going exactly as he would want. Even that previous game only became so close because of an SD in the middle. Darkstalker, what more can we try? I think the answer genuinely might just be surprise RAMBOSS with more things you would just utterly never expect. Expect the unexpected with Darkstalker and RAMBOSS for the place in top 8.
Yeah, and of course, RAMBOSS on the verge here of taking another 3-0. It's all we've seen today, but RAMBOSS potentially gonna make it happen here in this losers top 16. He wants that place in top 8 so badly, and he's had to work so hard to get here. Just has to take one more game, but of course, Darkstalker, someone you can never count out at any time. They can absolutely just rob stocks away from you, and RAMBOSS gonna have to watch out.
But it was Pokemon Stadium 2 that robbed away the combo there. Power Dunk interrupted by the platform. Darkstalker's still quite happy to sit under there anyway, but alright. Funny interaction there, but that's fine. Power Dunk doesn't go for the true input, I don't think, or maybe it's just the wrong place for the spike hitbox. But parry the charge shot. You know what? I'm still in this tournament, says Darkstalker. Buster Wolf!
Yeah, just going for it there, and RAMBOSS just
again, man,
making it back. Unfortunately, gonna lose our stock, and of course, we have to mention it. That GOAT is still online as well, but Darkstalker not in a position where he will die to an up or anything like that. RAMBOSS really gonna have to try and find a way to take this stock quickly without being caught by anything.
What a tech! The stage, and Darkstalker brings it all the way back. Hey, I may be from the land of traditional fighters, but I still know how these platforms work, and that is a 3rd self-destruct from RAMBOSS in this set, and then Darkstalker just fancied staring down the face of the barrel there to even think back.
I didn't need that stock, I didn't even need it. And Darkstalker just in a great position here. Yeah, now 2 stocks up against RAMBOSS and doing so much damage. This does mean that RAMBOSS is going to have to face down 2 different times where he'll have to contend against Go. Darkstalker getting close to on this stock. RAMBOSS opting very much for a more defensive playstyle here. Just waiting it out, not trying to force his way in too much, but trying to get something going here. Doing a really nice job as well, using all the tools of Samus's kit just to get some big hits going.
I really like the screw attack, just knowing, okay, this is Terry's time to swing. I've just whiffed a move. Darkstalker's definitely going to swing, but that's the real one. Buster Wolf is putting Terry Bogard on the scoreboard. RAMBOSS, I hate to say that the advice is don't SD, but don't SD, and we will have a set on our hands.
Yeah, no, 2 unfortunate SDs from RAMBOSS really not helping in that game 3. But of course, being 2-1 up, RAMBOSS still got this game 4 to think it over. We're not seeing any kind of big changes in either of the plays. I think it was just those 2 unfortunate SDs that was the most pivotal part of the reason Darkstalker was able to close it out. But
2 unfortunate SDs in that game, but 3 overall. It's almost equivalent to the amount of stocks that Darkstalker has just taken in his own right. It's a little bit of a concern, but the set will continue as we, of course, get some custom chosen Tekken music.
Oh, yeah.
The smile on his face.
Oh, yes.
Which ones he picked?
Bop.
I didn't even get to read.
Eat Hey Shadow was the
There
pick.
we go.
I'm happy with this. I am a big sucker for Tekken music.
Hey,
so.
what's your favourite, man? Plucking tulips for me.
Moonsiders first. Absolutely.
Everyone's got a different one.
Oh,
I've got to
yeah.
go with my Dutch anthem.
It's a bop in fairness. Like, it is great. But yeah, certainly we're seeing our first change of stage as well, with RAMBOSS going for the platform of Final Destination. You know, just to make sure there's no platforms in the way that will stop any kind of projectiles that RAMBOSS wants to throw out.
Honestly, stunning that Darkstalker wouldn't ban this in the first place, but only 2 bans plus no Dave Stupid rule in this tournament, I believe.
So, yes.
I've heard a couple of opinions on that fact, shall we say. But I still would have included Final Destination among the 2, surely. But hey, Darkstalker knows more than I do.
Absolutely, you know, and I think this is kind of it's a smart pick from RAMBOSS, especially, you know, just really just making, he's been going for a playstyle that has very much just been, I'm going to sit here, charge up, wait for you to approach me. And with something like, you know, Final Destination, where there's no platforms in the way, you know, it definitely helps. But at the same time, I think we're starting to see why Darkstalker didn't mind this. He's got a flat stage that even RAMBOSS can't run away
Straight
from.
through the bombs as well with the Buster Wolf. Clearly enjoying the flat plane. I mean, King of Fighters Stadium is just a flat plane and nothing else, right?
Of course, yeah, and this is what we're seeing. You know, Buster Wolf is very much a move that, you know, just goes along a linear path, just flat across the stage. And if there's no platforms or anything for RAMBOSS to run away to, then it could just connect when RAMBOSS is not expecting it.
I almost want to say, you know, in a Smash sense, this doesn't make sense for Terry when you're against Samus, but when you are living and breathing Terry Bogard, yeah, you go for the flattest one. It's just like a traditional fighting game. I can make it work. I am Terry Bogard. This is how my fighting works. And I'm going for a crack shoot. And get shot for it.
Yeah, and this is where it gets started for RAMBOSS, you know, using that charge shot into the grab as confirmed. Now trying to get just a bit more damage going, even it up quite nicely, putting 80% already on the board. Darkstalker not able to do too much. RAMBOSS again just waiting it out with that shield. Just not gonna let, you know, Darkstalker get too much going here.
And here's the power dunk, and that's a kill.
That's gonna be it, yeah. RAMBOSS going down to his final stock hit again. Just, you can see there too, just RAMBOSS quite happy just to, you know, charge up that neutral special in front of Darkstalker himself.
Yeah, he's got another game to play with as well, should things go badly, but right now this is more even than it looks. Like, RAMBOSS felt like he was solidly in control for the first stock, but then Darkstalker did take that first stock and it's been all him ever since. But now, one charge shot could bring things halfway back already.
Yeah, now 73% on RAMBOSS. This is where it starts getting a bit scarier. You don't want to go
punching.
You don't want to go too high for percent versus Terry. That's what we're starting to see here. But, you know, RAMBOSS also just keeping distance away, zoning him out, you know, catching those aerial movements as well. But any big hit right now from Darkstalker is going to seal up this game, and I think RAMBOSS knows it.
So, I think, are we going to see the pace drop a little bit, or is RAMBOSS going to keep up?
And is that going to be it? And RAMBOSS
yes,
actually just finding a incredibly placed back air just to seal it up out of nowhere. Just saying, okay, right, I see you, Darkstalker, you are recovering high. I'm going to go out there, I'm going to greet you with my boots, and we are going to take the set. And RAMBOSS really just, you know, finding the move he needed at exactly the right time to seal up that set. You know, just so suddenly as well.
Yeah, and this is all one loser's run, by the way. RAMBOSS put into losers within pools and has made it all the way to top 8.
Absolutely.
Obviously put into losers by Trilby. The real question is, can Trilby join him in top 8? Off stream, Trilby is fighting Scores right now, and honestly, either one of those players, neither Trilby nor Scores have ever had a top 8 at a tournament of this size before. We are guaranteed a surprise face in that top 8. I don't know who it's going to be out of Trilby and Scores. I'd be delighted for either of them.
And it's, I mean, honestly, this is kind of what I was going to talk about myself, because talking about surprise faces in top 8, one of our sets we've got going on right now is Nutlord and B Little.
Yep.
And I mean, this is just absolutely crazy to me in itself because, you know, not a lot I did see earlier kind of tweeting about, you know, oh, I'm surprised I've been seeded so high. Now he's playing for a spot in top 8. And that's not to mention B-Little as well. Of course,
like,
that's
Not
someone
Lord is the less noteworthy of the two names in the you know, upset factor. B-Little fighting for a place in top 8 on home turf as well. This is huge.
Yeah, and I mean, finding